Alright, why am I starting the series with this? Now this is a good question since I'm talking about Microsoft Paint in general, so why am I talking about this? Well, I'm still practicing making videos, so making this as a starter is a good option for me. I find this topic specifically to be far more important to know before getting to use any software such as Microsoft Paint or any physical media in order to draw. Assume you just got into drawing, either starting new or trying out digital media. You start drawing and after some time notice your hands, arm, or even your back start to hurt. What you have encountered is a musculoskeletal disorder, meaning a condition or injury related to the skeleton inside you or the muscles, and are one of the most forms of injury for any job involving sitting for prolonged periods, and that includes art regardless of its many forms. It's better to be wary of these before you get struck with a long-term condition which may be permanent depending on its severity. How you sit and how you handle your workspace while drawing are a major factor to either prevent or accelerate these disorders from occurring, and that is what I'll go through briefly with this video. When talking about art, specifically drawing, arms tend to be the major mean to draw. However, keeping yourself ergonomically in check is needed to prevent any disorder that could affect any part from your very fingers all the way to the back of the body, resulting in slowing down your overall performance if not outright preventing it. But how can we do this? We can consider several aspects that we can adjust in order to achieve good ergonomic conditions. To begin with, the major cause of musculoskeletal disorders is prolonged seating, so how we sit and what we sit on matters, especially in preventing conditions related to the back. From my experience, I usually just default to office chairs as they just seem to work best, preferably with ventilation and arm rests, and then adjusting the chair height to generally about the level of your kneecap. Sitting right means to sit in an upright or erect position, meaning a 90 degrees angle, and not in the slumped or shrimp posture which looks like the letter C. However, with time sitting, the body eventually goes into the slump posture because maintaining the upright position does exhaust the muscles of the back, and manual self-correction is needed with time. When it comes to drawing digitally, how you handle the pen and move it also matters, as incorrectly doing it can and will causes conditions such as carpal tunnel syndrome in the wrists. To counter this, it's best to avoid using your wrist and prioritize moving the shoulder or elbow more. Not only do they help in producing smoother lines, but they exhaust your hand less while drawing compared to using the wrists. Additionally, holding the pen in the middle rather than close to the tip can also help. That being said, conditions where you hold the pen close to the tip or using your wrist help if you want to do more controlled and small line art, and should not be avoided entirely. Eyes also do matters in ergonomics, particularly in reducing the source of eye strain, which are definitely something encountered when drawing digitally. The screen used emits blue light, and that blue light is bad for the eyes if exposed for prolonged periods. That's why there are many things can be modified in order to minimize that, such as reducing the brightness, using a night light mode if you are not coloring, distancing the monitor if you are using a pen tablet away from your eyes, or using some techniques such as 20-20-20 rules where each 20 minutes, you look away from the monitor at a distance of 20 feet, about 6 meters, for 20 seconds. Remember how I said that you need to self-correct your slumped posture? That might be very difficult if we get locked in while drawing because you essentially forget the surrounding environment. That's why you could always utilize systems such as Pomodoro to set a working time in minutes, followed by break time in minutes. That time depends on you but is usually 25 minutes working, and 5 minutes break in between. This system is very good because it essentially reminds you to take a break, stand up, relieve your eyes from the strain and such, minimizing every possible injury that might occur just from sitting for very long time. This system is also very cool because you can apply it to not just art, but anything and everything else. There are many sites that offer you this system, and you can just do it manually with a physical timer. Ergonomics is a topic not often talked about when it comes to many things, however I consider essential as a safety measurement to protect your body from harming itself by doing hobbies one likes. It feels unfair when all of the sudden you just injure yourself just by drawing, not knowing what might have caused it, but as you look into this topic, you get a much better understanding, and even potentially improve your art just following the correct techniques.